we'd been briefed already that to stop meant we'd lost, so you couldn't afford to stop. So Sharky came up on the net and said, he was talking to the boss, and he said, look, we're pinned down by a sniper, and apparently, you know, I mean, that was what he thought it was. Now, I'd worked out, in relation to where he was, to where I was, that this bloke should have been somewhere up above me. So, being, you know, putting 1 and 1 makes 5, I'd worked out that we'd go and get him. So while I'm trying to brief my section as to what we're going to do, there was an incoming stomp. So naturally, they all took cover. And in the dark, I never realised that they'd all took cover. And my 2IC Shep was supposed to be coming with me. So I said, okay, Shep, we'll go. Not realising that he was on the deck, you know, covering his head. Because I was surrounded by these massive rocks by this stage. So I just started off on my own in the dark, climbed up this smally cliff, went over the top of it, around some more boulders, snaked about a bit, and went up to link up with L Company, who were on our left then. So I linked up with L Company and said, look, I'm going up a bit further. For God's sake, don't shoot me, you know, because in the dark. They said, yeah, all right, but I don't think they really took much notice because they were a bit busy. So I carried on, got right to the top, looked round this rock, and instead of there being a single sniper, there was a whole row of them, all lined out behind this like tabletop rock. And what they were doing was taking turns at shooting. So to our lads, it must have looked like this bloke was a switched-on sniper, and every time he fired one round, he moved, because that was all they were doing. And what they were waiting for was our lot to break cover, and they were going to mow him down with a gun that was on the end. So I saw all this, and I turned around to say to Shep, you know, and he wasn't there. So now I'm all by myself, and I'm thinking, oh shit, you know, like you do. And I could see about 13 bodies. Now apparently the rest of them were around the corner, but I couldn't see them. So I thought, well, you're up here now. There's nowhere to go. You can't go back down because you'll mix it with L Company. You can't go across because you don't know what's up there. So your only way out is to hit him. So by this time, Sharky's, you know, what you're doing about it? And I said, well, this is what I've got, and this is what I'm going to do. And he said, okay. So I then just took out the 2 grenades that I had left, changed mags, got a fresh mag ready. I put the FOSS grenade went first, and it went at the people, and then the HE grenade went to the gun. And when I just peered around the corner, the FOSS had worked a fair bit, and the gun had been decimated, and the 2 blokes who were back, they'd gone. And then as soon as they'd gone off, I just walked around the corner and fired at anything that moved. It got 3 rounds. Then Sharky came up and said, they're giving up, but we're going to put 266s in to make sure. And because it might have been another one of these smally traps, like. So I'm in here now, and I'm thinking, hang on a minute, like. So I said, wait out, and I'll get out. And as I ran out and dived in this little hole, I just said, let it go, and 266s whistled in. And he said, you know, it's clear. Can you go back to where you were and make sure that they don't get out the back? Because the ones that I couldn't see were still alive, you see. And as I went back round this corner, one of these blokes that I'd hit him about here, and he'd spun and gone down, but he wasn't dead. And as I walked round the corner, he just squeezed a burst from an FN, took me in both legs. He then died rather suddenly because I was a bit upset then. I got out, sat down, dropped my weapon, looked down at both legs, and in the dark you can't tell which is the worst one. So I pulled out the one first field dressing that I had left, and then you're trying to make a command decision now, which one do I bandage, you know, because I couldn't tell in the dark. They both were hurt. And I ditched the first field dressing in temper because I didn't know which one to do it on. And I thought, right, I'll sit here and wait for Sharky. So I got on the radio again and said, Sharks, I'm in, can you get to me? And he said, yeah, sure, I'll be there in a minute. I'm just